It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today we've got a compelling AFC matchup for you, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Houston Texans. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Stroud to throw it. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards, how to bring up second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Second down at 6 now from the 42. Stroud. He'll swing this out to Marks. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4-4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
And one more time, here's Kirk. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They'll get just a couple, but the sticks move again.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
Marks now on 1st and 10. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. 17 yards for Nick Chubb. And the Texans will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. They gotta love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Raiders nothing.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
As I remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia, he was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That tackle behind the line made by Will Anderson. But not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Here's Smith. He finds his rookie wideout from Tennessee. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try to get us ahead and try to keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Dances by him, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Ashton Jeanty, 25 yards. And the Raiders respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. So that a very nice-looking touchdown run.
And on his first carry of the game as well. And you remember, Brandon, we talked to him yesterday, and he thought he was going to have a big game. He thought everything aligned perfectly. He liked what the defense was presenting, and he really liked what he was getting from his blockers.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Oh, good move. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's the second down and 6. Stroud sets up the play action. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Open man, that's Jaden Higgins. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That's another Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Well, certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
1st and 10 at the
They're making it look easy
line.
out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Play action. Stroud now. Touchdown! Jaden Higgins. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans have taken the lead. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. 5 plays there on that drive. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. returns this to the 22. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll start on the ground with Ginty.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
Now Geno. It's caught. Lockett. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That's good for a Las Vegas first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
On the zone read, a give to Ginty.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Geno now to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Throwing now is Geno. That one's out. Smith lost it. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Jalen Knoll deep for Houston. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Texans will take over. Houston's offense taking over again. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll fake the jet sweep, and now Stroud to throw off play action. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
at the 31-yard line.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Here's Stroud. He'll let this go deep for Collins.
That's caught inside the 20.
And he'll get this all the way down inside the Vegas 20.
A huge play there for Houston. And even 50 yards.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big yardage.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. This is caught. It's Kirk.
And the Texans are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Chubb. Touchdown, Houston. CD, that's his second touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that drive, 4 plays. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
And they'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
Now Smith. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Daniil Hunter.
That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start by running the option to the right.
Stroud is hit, and the ball is loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
Problems there on the option and a costly turnover.
Yeah, partner, you know how we watch practice sometimes and we see those drills where the quarterback's running with the football and they're swinging pads at him and the brooms are out and they're trying to poke at the football for ball security? I have a feeling next week there'll be an extra session of that each and every day.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Gino going to hand it to Genty.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Once again, it's Genty.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2.
But it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
They'll go. Here's Genty.
And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And that will force a turnover on downs. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 44 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Throwing now is Stroud. Got a man. It's Collins complete.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Throw left side to Higgins.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
10 more yards. Complete to number 81, Jaden Higgins. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Stroud going to give to Marks. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Here's Higgins out of the right side. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
14 yards.
Texans pass. Looks like Pete Carroll wants a second opinion here. So out comes the red challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Well, they'll go play action here with Stroud. That's complete. It's Collins. And he's got a first down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now Stroud. Nowhere to turn here. He's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Malcolm Kuntz showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Stroud working out of the gun. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 12-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Christian Kirk. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. A 10-play drive that time. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Smith. Open man is Tucker. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Second and 7. Now it's Smith. Throw left side, pulled in by Tucker. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
It's a gain of
An explosive 38-yard pickup.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
Back to throw, Smith. Over the middle, hooks up with a tight end, Bowers. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and goal, Raiders.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. To the air again, Smith. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Smith. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. But in tapping those toes, he tried to get both inbounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Carlson is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
At their own 35-yard line.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Get it together. Teamwork makes the dream work. I can mean it.
Up the middle, it's Marks. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hanson. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hanson with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Looking to put a drive together. The drive will begin with a run by Genty. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
From the 33, here's second down and 1. They'll go again with Genty.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
They go backwards there 2 yards, and second and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Raider first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Smith now to throw. It's caught, block it. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Over the middle, complete. That's Bowers. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now it's Smith off the bootleg. That's to Bowers once again. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On first down, it's Genty. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Now Geno. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Daniil Hunter able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Geno now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
On 4th down, here's Daniel Carlson for the Raider field goal. This one from 35 yards away. Carlson able to put this one through.
So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. Looking to put a drive together. They'll begin on the ground with Marks. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now he's going to step up and run. That's some good running from Stroud, and he gets them the first down.
A gain of 12 yards. And the Texans first down. First and 10.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end. Now when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
They run straight ahead with Marks. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. And Stroud now to throw. And he's going to be taken down back on the 35-yard line. Max Crosby picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
A 52-yard attempt.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. And he'll be be stopped up at the 25.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throw left side complete. That's Tucker. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front and create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing now is Gino. They'll try and set up the screen to Genty. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Smith. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Tucker. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Las Vegas first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
A run out of the gun with Genty. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 55 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Throwing is Smith. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Tucker. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 11. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Completes this one to Thornton. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Raiders are going to get a new set of downs. And those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play. Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now a 2nd and 10. O'Connell looking to throw yet again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And this brings up a 3rd and goal.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. They're able to hold them to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin 4th quarter. You're going.
23-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense and C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
But what they're seeking with an RPO is space for the receiver to make a catch and then make a play downfield, but there wasn't any space available, thus the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Stroud. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got him this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
The Texans send the punter out. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And it's fielded at the 34. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it, yes. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. To throw is Smith. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Will Anderson getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. The toss left side for Marks. And he stopped immediately there. Tackled there by Caillou Blue Kelly.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
2nd and 10. Stroud off the play fake. That one too wide and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. The Texans on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Stroud looking to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Smith. Short throw there, caught by Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Up the middle, it's Genty. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one to the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Here's Smith. They'll get this out to Genty. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here we go on 4th. Smith. That's caught by Tucker. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
7. And the Las Vegas 1st down.
A shotgun snap for Smith. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Daniil Hunter. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
And this is caught on the sideline. On the feet in, they are. What a catch. That goes for a gain of 31.
To get back in this ball game, big plays are going to be necessary. And here's one right on cue. Coming up with 3 scores here in the 4th is not going to be an easy task, but that's good work there to bite off a chunk of yards.
Keeps himself upright. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Texans say they have it. They do. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline is still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Looking to put a drive together. On the ground, it's Marks to start the drive. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, it's Marks. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Now Stroud. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down.
A 4-yard gain.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Now Smith. Open man is Tucker. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
Now it's Smith. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Smith. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. That's to the sideline and incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
They snap it to Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. To Inigo Stroud, and that is going to be all she wrote. So this one in the win column for the Texans, and it was thanks in part to the play of their third-year quarterback.
Yeah, what struck me was how composed he was in the pocket. The numbers weren't spectacular. He had 2 touchdown passes, that's it. But he led his guys on some important drives when they needed it most, and they're going to come away with the victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.